to you all. Welcome in, where we ever rise and never fall. I like it. That just hit me like that. Happy 4-4 portal to you, right, Crystal? Ashe, Ashe. Let us be on our way. Don't mind if I say and don't mind if I do what we came here to slay. So happy 4-4 portal on this day. And what is a portal? As I said, for those who may not know, it is an energetic hotspot giving us the acceleration that we need to portal through. What's important is the pre-portaling work that we have been doing. What is pre-portaling work? That's your soul work. That's your shadow work. That's your soul excavation. That's everything that you're doing to work through your unhealed wounds, unprocessed emotions, everything that you need to do for you to evolve and elevate, to ascend your soul and to activate your DNA. This is the work that must needs be done. And when you're truly working on yourself, very vigilant, very diligent, steward of the light, you are removing the resistance, you're removing the blocks so that light, energy, and information can flow through you effortlessly. Greetings, effortlessly. And so the 4-4 portal, let me drop in the chat if any of you have been seeing the numbers 4 a lot, particularly 44. If you've been seeing 44 or 444, drop a 44 in the chat. Let me know how many have you been seeing it. Level up. Me. You know why you've been seeing it? Because of the 4-4 portal and what it's calling us into right now. 144. Yes, I'm speaking to the 144s. 33. We spoke about that last night, the 333s. Just lately, there's been a lot of threes. 33 is my number. I tend to see a lot of 33s, especially 1133, right? Master number. Master builder. Master builder is 22. Master creator is 33. Master balance is 44. So we're activating this master balance. We're activating the 4 corners. How many of y'all heard about the 4 corners of the earth? Right? How many of us heard about the 4 corners of the earth? We go to 4 corners of the earth and the 4 corners of the earth come to us. Right? These 4 corners represent the balance. The foundational balance is what 4 represents. That's why you have 4 tires on the car, to balance. This is why you have 4 corners of a house. When you usually typically build a house, a basic house, you got 4 corners. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? And it's the stability, the 4 elements: earth, fire, wind, water. We're activating these 4. These balances are for a reason. The 4 seasons: spring, summer, winter, fall. The 4 lower chakras: the root, the sacral, the solar plexus, the heart. The 4 stages of the Yuga cycle, right, which is the Iron Age, the Bronze Age, which is the age we're in right now, the silver and the gold. There is a mastering to this balance. 44 is reminding you of the master balance. It's telling us at a multi-dimensional level, get it together, get it together. You are mastering, especially if you've been seeing the 44, you spiritual leaders, you are mastering. Welcome in, send some hearts. Thank you, T, for joining. Happy 4-4 portal to you. Continue to tap up the live and send the hearts, because it helps to open the pathways for those who are looking for these high frequencies to find the right channel to tune in, to tune up, because we are attuning to the higher frequencies. Ashe. And so the higher frequencies are well on their way. We are manifesting. Thank you, manifester. Thank you, manifesting. Like, so that more people can find where we need to, our chosen ones can find us. Let's put it that way, because this ain't for everybody. These are high frequencies, and not everybody can, process this. Not everybody can attune, right? So this master balance is accentuating the 4 corners, the foundational balance of what is within. We're balancing the 4 of the mind-body complex, the different bodies, meaning the physical body, the spiritual body, the emotional body, the mental body. There's a multi-dimensional complex of these 4 levels, these 4 layers, and they are all balancing us right now to help us have stability, particularly in these times, particularly during this transit, during this preparation season, which I'm going to talk about more. As I said, the other information that I got today, fresh off the pot, that I'm going to share with you. We'll talk about the narcissist exposure, either tomorrow, more likely tomorrow, because today, the way these two information, kind of came at me with the 4-4 portal and the high sensory preparation, which is calling for us to have wisdom over fear, right? We want to move in our wisdom, and I'm going to explain it to you. I'm going to give it to you exactly how I got it. I'm going to give you the tools that can help us, the spiritual leaders in particular, through this process. The light warriors, those of you who have been sealed in the energetic field after Third Eye Atlas has sealed us in, passing through our system. Those of you who have been activated in the cosmic threshold, who are really recognizing this true new year that we just entered in, right? Through the spring season being the true new year time of year. Like, many of us are stepping into that. So for those who are recognizing these, who are recognizing these moments in time through space and time, in our time-space reality, and then this time-space continuum, this is the infinite access. Welcome to the Infinite Express. Ashe. So this 4-4 portal that happened on a cold day of 9. Let me start there first, and then we're going to go into the preparation. And you stick around. You're going to want to hear. You're going to want to know what this high sensory preparation is that we're all sensing. I know I'm not the only one. Right? So this 4-4 portal, which has happened on a cold day of 9, meaning if you add up all the dates, add up all the numbers in the date of the 4-4, it is going to equal 18, which is a 9. So it's a cold day of 9, which is a spiritual completion. So there's something about this 4-4 portal that is bringing us into a spiritual completion, right? As 44 is a master balance through the foundational 4 core. It's activating the 4 corners at the 4 corners of the earth, quote unquote, what they call the 4 corners of the earth, in its multidimensional aspect through all facets, which is all the ones that I mentioned, the 4 elements, directions, lower chakras, yuga stage, all of that, etc., right? When there is a balance between the harmonies of duality, it facilitates the stability to withstand the stir-up of this new true cycle and the accelerated light penetration. So it's helping us to stabilize. It's helping us with stability of all this. Okay, the cats are going at it, right? Y'all know y'all got 9 lives, right? So it facilitates this, everything that's stirring up in the cycle because of this accelerated light penetration. We got to be able to stabilize with this light penetration. It is very intense, right? Chosen of the chosen few. Our nervous system, which I've been talking about, is calibrating. We have to be able to calibrate it, as the nervous system is the translation between this mind-body complex, helping us to stabilize all frequencies. So for those of us who've been seeing the 4-4, getting the 4-4, it's a confirmation that you have been mastering the balance, or that you are approaching the mastery of this balance, right? So it's for us to really tap in, tune in to tune up, right? Come on, Divine 9, right? Show off your mind. I like that. Thank you, manifesting. Come on, Divine 9. Show off your mind. Tap into the dimensions of your mind. This is all about our mind expanding to the next levels. So this is stabilizing this light penetration. This is key. This is like the universe whispering back to us saying, you got this. You got this. Master builder, those of you that's been seeing 44, you got this. You're portaling through. Come on through this 4-4 portal, because you got this. Master balance. You are recognizing the balance that is needed to be had. You are respecting the foundational 4 core balance. You got this. Peace, Jermaine. Welcome in. Welcome in. Tap it up. Thank you, Crystal. Keep tapping it up because I can't tap while I'm, holding things in my hand. So this is really helping us with the accelerated light penetration, which is everything that's coming from the galactic center through our sun while we get in this X-class flares, these strong, intense solar winds, solar radiation hitting our magnetosphere, right? Our ionosphere, all these spheres that is hitting the torus field of the earth, the electromagnetic field is being electrified. It's electric. Boogie, woogie, woogie. Ooh, I just saw 9. Welcome in, Bree. Welcome in. Join in. Tap the hearts up so more people could find it. Because somebody need to hear this. I know this. The 444, the 144 chosen of the chosen few, the 369ers, those of you with the life path number 9, let me not forget to say that. Those of you with the life path number 9, as this is a day code of 9, this is speaking specifically to you, right? Those of you that are the 369ers, the 27-9ers, and the 18-9ers, whichever way that your 9 comes about, you are in this space. This is speaking to you, the spiritual leaders, which is what those life path number 9 represents, the leaders, particularly spiritual leaders. This 44 is confirmation. It's reminding you, you got this. Remember the 4 cores, whatever they are. Balance yourself. Understand that we need balance in all four elements, all 4 directions, north, south, east, west. And remember that the directions are the elements, right? And so with this light penetration, the new beginnings are on the horizon, right? And the balance is necessary to retrieve the codes that sustain them. That's what it's letting us know. The new beginnings are on the horizon, and the balance is needed in order for us to retrieve the codes to sustain them, to sustain what we're receiving. It's one thing to receive these codes, is another thing to sustain them. Ashe? Right? Ooh, woo. Breeze is blowing. Oh, yeah, I know. Manifest and say, oh, yeah, I know Jesus. I know Yeshua. You mean Yeshua? Because there was no letter J back then. The letter J didn't come into the 1500s. Ooh. Right? But I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to debate and go into all of that. Do I understand? Yeah, I know of Yeshua, but I'm not talking about him right now. I'm talking about, unless you want to talk about the Christ consciousness, the energy that was always here and ever was. Ashe, Ashe. 11:11. It's 11:11. Ooh, thank you. 11:11. What's your sign? Depends on how you look at it. I'm a Libra, but I'm more of a Virgo than a Libra, because I got that Virgo stellium. Off topic, sensitive skin, makeup allergy. Your skin loves to be free in its natural state. Thank you, Fairy. I don't think that's so off topic. The skin, I just, let me hear that for a minute. I feel like there's a word, like as I read it, I felt like this word. That's what I heard, word. Your skin loves to be free in its natural state. And when I think of the skin, I'm thinking of the throat chakra. I mean, not the throat chakra, the crown chakra, because one of the things with the crown chakra is the skin, which makes sense because it has to do with the nervous system. The crown is facilitates, or it's about the nervous system, and the nerves run through our skin. So when something touches our skin, the nervous system takes it in and reads it. Sensitive. When you say sensitive skin, that is our sensory, right? Sensations. Information comes through sensations. So that information hits our skin and we take it in, right? So it's something in that when you said sensitive skin, right? Makeup allergy at that. What's the makeup? Like what I'm getting in that is makeup is allergic. Like we get allergies from makeup. And I'm not just talking about makeup. I'm talking about the false matrix, the makeup of things, is allergic. We allergic to that right now. We sensitive to that in the atmosphere. Y'all hear that word for a minute. We sensitive to that. My empaths who are hypersensitive right now. And your skin loves to be free in its natural state, which is saying it loves to be liberated in its true state. Our skin that takes the information and brings it in loves the true state. Bring that on into the heart. Come on now. Thank you for that, fairy. Thank you. When I saw it, I saw word up. Janoa. Is that? Oh, Janoa. Peace, love, and light. You have been on my mind because I know I missed your call and you ran across my mind again yesterday. We got to link up. Peace and welcome. Thank you for being here. I haven't been seeing 4/4s, but my age is 44. I claim it. Yep. And you have been seeing 4/4 because the other night, you the one that told us 11:44. You checked us on the time of 11:44. I believe it was last night or the night before. So you've been seeing, you saw Master Enlightenment 11 and Master Balance. So being enlightened and in the mastery of it all, right? Okay, Virgo, yep, I am a Virgo. I'm catching up now to the meanings. Everything already happened. Don't teach illusions. Don't teach illusions, God, to future generations. If I read that right, everything already happened. Don't teach illusions. Things are happening now. Things are happening right now. And one thing I don't do is teach illusions. I'm all about breaking illusions. I'm all about that third eye activity that cuts through all illusions. No intrusion of illusion around here. Ashe. Thank you. Hey, E. Thank you for coming in. E said teach. Teach. And you gave us there's an acronym for teach. You better teach it. Peace, love, and light. Welcome in, come in. Happy 4/4 portal. Do you believe in manifesting? Always. We're always, you don't got to believe in manifesting. Whether you believe it or not, we're manifesting. Every day, you're witnessing a manifestation right now. As we're here, we're manifesting. We are the evidence of manifestation. And we are co-creators that continues manifestation onto manifestation. So I'm always manifesting. And what has already been manifested is there. The question is, do you recognize what you have already manifested? See, a lot of us are so busy working on what we want to manifest that we don't look at what we already manifested. And I'm not just talking about the good. I'm not just talking about the possessions and what we prosperously manifest. I'm talking about the bad and the ugly. I'm talking about do we recognize the faults that we made, the secret faults and the secret vaults? Do we recognize that because it's been manifested? It's showing up in your life, world, and affairs. Do you see what you manifested? Or are we so busy manifesting that we don't recognize what we have manifested? And therefore we don't have accountability to that. So we don't clear up what we need to clear up. Right? Not saying that's you. I'm just putting it out there because this is all a part of the balance. The balance is being able to look at everything around us, to have the harmony of duality, to recognize where we show up and where we don't show up, where we show out and where we don't show out. Right? That is the master balance. You're mastering because you recognize all 4 compartments. Right? Allah in Christ, illusion can't teach in future generations. Okay. Let me see what else. Muslim and Christian teachings, God to Buddhist. That's a whole lot of religion going on up in here. Ashe Divine Decoder. Thank you. You're welcome. We're welcome. Thank you, Fairy, for that information. I feel like it was just well needed. As soon as I saw it, I heard Spirit say word. Like there's a word in this. I need you to word this. Right? And that was just what I had to say on it. I've been seeing angel numbers like crazy for a while now because those angel numbers are you. Let me say that too. Let me remind us, when we see angel numbers, it is you. It is the different codes, the different angles of light, because you sent this out, because this is what you're going through, what you're doing. And so your energy sends that out, and then you get these confirmations back. You get, these are the angles of light. The angles of light that you put out and that you attune to now is being, reflected back to you. You attract those angles of light, and they're confirmation. It's confirmation that you are on this path, that this is happening, whatever these angel numbers mean to you. And if you look it up and it resonates with what you know it to be, right? But know that it is you that are putting that out there. Ashe, faithfully, you see what I'm saying. Peace, love, and light. Welcome in, Ryan. Thank you so much. I do my best to keep the eyes. I always felt like I got pretty eyes. Thank you. They be like this sometimes, and I'm like, am I seeing people that think I'm sleeping? Probably think I'm talking to you with my eyes closed. And it's like, they open. Right? Peace, love, and light. So yes, the angel numbers are you speaking to you. You are the you in the universe. So you're sending that out, and this confirmation coming back. Hey, 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 let me see that. Who's saying hey, hey, hey? Miss, do you believe in manifesting? Yep, I answered that. I believe I answered that. We talked about manifesting. Hey, 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 hey. Let me see. Alafia. Oh, I haven't heard that in a while. Welcome in, Dorothy. Gen X. Alafia. Funga. Alafia. Ashe. Ashe. Yeah. Yeah. Follow the live. Thank you. Thank you for following, Dorothy. Am I saying that right? I'm saying Dorothy. It's Doretha. Doretha. Thank you. Forgive me for messing that up. It overwhelms me that what you believe hardens into reality. Well, what you believe is what you perceive, and what you perceive is what you will achieve. But what you believe, it doesn't have to be hardened. It can be flexible. It could be mutable, especially if you got mutable signs in your chart. What you believe should be able to flow with all the ever-flowing flows of truth. And the truth needs no proof. So we don't need it to have any empirical evidence. It hardens into reality when people are looking for empirical evidence. That's, to me, that's what it is. That's what just came to me as I'm saying it. It's when you're looking for empirical evidence, then what you believe hardens into some type of reality. It has to drop in some kind of component because you're looking for empirical evidence. Thank you. Ashe, there you go. That's right. Here I go. Here I go. Do you know what it means to see shadow people while you sleep? What do you mean by that with shadow people? Because I see shadow in different ways. So I need a little bit of clarification, right? Because I think about the shadows, the fears that tell lies in the dark, the shadow aspect of things, shadow people while you sleep. Is it when you are in the dream state and you're seeing it? It would have to be that, because if you're asleep, then it would have to be in your dream state. But what do you mean by the shadow people? Right? Is it the demonic people, the demonic entities? Peace, love, and light. Jennifer, greetings. Welcome in. Welcome in. Manifesting is the epitome of thinking, acknowledging, and speaking, releasing, and aligning. Ashe. Ashe to that. It's what you think it, because as a man thinketh, so is he. And not only do you think, but you acknowledge, which is equaling accountability, and speaking it into existence, and then releasing to align. Releasing is when you let go, you stop putting your hands in it, and you allow the manifestation, you allow the mystical magic of the divine to meet you where you are, because we are co-creators in the creative process of manifestation. Ashe, ashe. Oh, thank you. You like my earrings? You like it? I love it. My third eye earrings. Yes, we be talking on the side. What? We do? Let me find out. And I so believe you, because energetically, we probably really do be talking on the side. Tell me if that's what you mean. Like, keep talking. We talking on the side, right? The energy. I'm talking right here, but we having a whole sidebar conversation. I'm here for it. 222, 222, three twos. That's the trinity of the duality of harmony. And 22 is the master builder. Ashe? Okay, so I caught up to all that. Sometimes I don't want to stop at a particular. When I stopped at Fairy's comment talking about the skin, when I stop there, then all the comments come up and I got to try to catch up again. So um, let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. So we talking about this 44. What else were we saying about the 4-4, portal? So realizing that it's the balance that's necessary to retrieve the codes so that we can sustain them, because we got to sustain these light codes that we're bringing in, right? So activating the four corners is respecting, hear this out now, I want y'all to hear this out. It's called Eye of Ra, Eye of Horus, or rather I actually call it, which does represent the third eye. That's why I said I'm representing my third eye, but it's the Eye of Heru for me. I'm more comedically inclined, so I utilize the origins of names according to Kemet, or what people refer to as ancient Egypt, which is truly Kemet. Horus, Osiris, and Isis are the Greek names that they gave to the true story of Asar, Aset, and Heru. So it's the same story. It's not that I'm saying one is wrong, but for me, I particularly utilize the origins of the name. It keeps me closer connected to the codes, the language, and to the codes that need to be unlocked, right? So whenever you find out things, always use, like, when you do find out, always do your best to stick to the original terms, the original tongue of language and things like that. For those of you who are learning light codes, some of you are getting light codes and speaking other language, and you're like, what is this? That it's light code language. It's coming probably from your ancient DNA that you don't recognize in this lifetime, but it's bringing you, it's helping to unlock codes. It's helping to unlock memories. So don't fear it. Don't be afraid of it. Even if you can't translate it word for word, allow it to flow, because these original tongues are helping to unlock codes. So whenever I find the origins of things, just like the origins of time, like the 5D calendar that I have, that I've been telling you all about, get your 5D calendar at a 5D corner near you, which is right here with me. Right here with me, you can get your 5D calendar. And that 5D calendar puts you back on a true timeline, right? For those of us who are recognizing, thank you, Salem, thank you for my heart meat, right? I'm not super educated on the topic, but if I was, I would use that too. Thank you, appreciate it. I appreciate your receptivity as well, because some people will get, offended and be like, oh, and that's why I said I'm not debating it. It's not like it's wrong. I was just sharing with you that I use Heru, and I use the original, tongues and language, because it helps continue to open the codes and keep the ancient codes alive and activating them in our DNA every time we use them. So as much as you can, use those light languages, y'all. Don't be afraid of it, even if you don't quite get it. Ashe. Thank you for being the number 15 fam. Nah, if anything, I feel more in the wrong, LOL. Oh, Ashe, there is no wrong or right. I know that sounds weird or cliche sometimes, but it's really just a truer perspective and understanding. It's more like an evolution. It's like, at least Horus. Like, some people don't even know that. Some people don't even know what this is when they see it. So at least you know that, and it's just a matter of evolving or going deeper into some of it. And it's just because I'm comedically inclined. I literally got pulled into the temples of Kemet, getting my Reiki mastership during an attunement. I was literally carried into that. So I know, Kemetic information really just comes to me. It flows through my ancient DNA. So no, you're never wrong, never wrong. Can you share a piece of wisdom? Ashe. What would you like to hear? How do I say that? El Chivo? Let's just say El, because you know El also means the Father. El is the Father, like El Shaddai, El Elyon, Elohim. El is the Father. So Israel here's another piece of something. When you think of Israel, sunlight, welcome in. Big Heru, come on in, sunlight. Atun, Atun, Atun. You know it. Atum and Amun. Elohim. Israel is, oh, see, you said it. I was just going to break it down. There it is. Israel is Isis, Ra, and El. Israel is really Israel, right? But Israel is really Isis, Ra, and El. So it's not really just a location or a country. It is actually a trinity. It's a trifecta. It's a threefold of the same trinity. The Father, the mother, father, child, or mother, father, son, which is the same thing as Aset, Asar, Heru, Osiris, Isis, Horus. These are the threefolds, right? This is what the Trinity is. This is why the Trinity equals creativity or the creative action, because the three completes that creative action, meaning you have the two, mother, father, harmony of duality that creates the son, harmony of duality that creates the child. And even at a very basic biological standpoint, woman, man makes the child, just biologically speaking. So Israel is that trinity, and for those who don't know, that's what that trinity is. The trinity is inclusive of the one, the two that makes the three, the harmony of the two that makes the three. And there is the three in the 369, which is the first portal, the first dimensional portal, what I call the first main dimensional portal. That's what the 369 is. There's a 3, the 6, and the 9. The 6 is the second main dimensional portal, and the 9 is the third main dimensional portal. That's why it's so powerful. It's inclusive of 3 every time. The first set of 3 brings you to 3. The second set of 3 brings you to 6, a receptive completion. And the third set of 3 brings you to 9, a spiritual completion. Ashe? So there's the Israel Trinity, right? I didn't even plan on it going that way, but thank you. I love when y'all this why I love communicating on the live, because you come with something, I come with something. We could put these pieces together, right, Fairy? Like how Fairy done came through with the skin confirmation, bringing us the confirmation of the crown through the skin, going all the way down as the divinity goes and flows within. Ashe? Heavily deep into the Kemetic language. Yes, I'm very familiar with teachings, but the language, yes, and that's how I was brought in, through those channels, through my attunement. I literally had in this attunement them speaking to me in Kemet, and I was understanding them, right, in the meditation. So there's this communication. This is how I know that that's my ancient ancestry. And many, many moons ago, many, many lifetimes ago, I was a major key point in Kemet, right? I don't even know exactly who it was or who it is. I'm getting clues, but it's not even really that important. It's just to know that I have pieces of the puzzle from there. So a lot of the information that I get comes from that book of life within. And everyone can tap into that book of life. The more you do your soul ascension work, is the more that you tap in, and the more you tap into the DNA, right? So your DNA activation, it activates the codes in your DNA. And we're not just talking about your blood from this lifetime. We're talking about your cosmic DNA, your spiritual blueprint that is encoded in your blood in this lifetime on this plane, existing like this. So the more you do your soul work and you ascend, it's like you change the codes in your DNA. It's like click, 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 and you unlock a code and it opens up and its essence flows through in your DNA. And so you start to open that book of life within you, because that's the book, the blood You know how they say in the beginning was the Word and the Word was with God? That in the beginning was that. The flesh, and the Word became flesh. You can't become flesh without blood. Your blood makes your flesh. So your blood is your flesh. So the Word becomes flesh because the Word is in the blood. Everything is encoded in your blood. That's your God encryption, right? As I always say, DNA is deoxyribonucleic acid. As I like to repeat, it's not that I made it up, but deoxyribonucleic acid is what DNA stands for. God, Lord, fire in the center of my being. In the center of my being, in the center of my blood. DNA, that's your codes. Go grab your codes. So the more you do your soul work, you change the codes, you unlock the codes, you open the book, you flip the pages in your spiritual script, and the Word becomes flesh. Ashe? It's way more than etymology. It's the literal blueprint. That part right there, you got. Welcome in, Deborah. Tap the hearts, life force energy. That part right there. It's the literal blueprint. It even feels different when you speak it. Ashe. You know it, entity. It's that part right there. We all have a soul contract, by the way. Yes, we do. And it's for us to know what that contract is, right? Who you know you are. Ooh, I like that. Do you know who you are? Who you know you are, and do you know who you are? And yes, we all have a soul contract. We're contracted here. This is why I say when things are happening in the family, don't be too upset, right? They are, we chose it. First of all, you chose that toxic or whatever you want to call it family. We chose it, right? Because that's your contract. They are your co-workers. They are co-workers in your life. They're here to help with the soul ascension, the DNA activation, definitely, because y'all share blood, y'all in the bloodline, so there's definitely some activating going on, right? I find myself being faced with grieving humanity more and more. Yes, me, myself, so I get it. I get it. I find myself grieving a lot in humanity, my family in humanity, my friends in humanity, society in humanity. There's so much, right, that we're grieving in humanity. And remember, grief is just a loss. So it's letting us know there's something that we're losing. There's something that's falling away from us, and it feels like a loss. So we come into grieving. The old paradigm is falling away. For all of us that know life a particular way, we're grieving. Welcome in, Nair, if I'm saying that correct. Thank you so much. I've been getting that word today or yesterday, like, I'm so special. I'm so special. My grandfather told me that, and I was laughing with him and was like, are you calling me retarded? He was like, no, you're special. Special kind. She's a special kind of girl. Thank you for the heart meet. Thank you for the heart meet, Ross. Thank you. Right? Yes, soul searching within ancestors. Yes, Deborah, this is why I'm doing the Ancestral Passage retreat in Jamaica, you know, in the end of April, the end of this month, the 23rd through the 26th, or the 23rd through the 29th, depending on how long you want to stay, 3 days or 6 days. But that's why I'm doing that, because it's a searching. The ancestors in time are the codes in your bloodline. The ancestors in time are the codes in your bloodline. So when you unlock that, when you listen to your ancestors, people think you worshiping ancestors. It's not that. When you, oh, I got a violation again. I've been getting violations lately. They don't like me up in here. Hate speech. I got hate speech going on. Last time it was I'm giving misinformation because my name is Mrs. Information, because I got the information, you know. But now I'm giving hate speech, y'all. Apparently I hate some things, even though I didn't even said not a such a thing. right? But the ancestors in time are the codes in our bloodline. So that's how we're unlocking the codes, the DNA change. And so, as I was saying, the ancestors are not just people that you worship out there, they are codes. They are speaking to you through your blood because you are the ancestors. We are the ancestors. So when we move through our soul in a particular way, we're accessing even the ancestral realm, what was left behind that we need to connect, right? Thank you, Nair. I resonate with what you're saying. Yes, welcome, peace, love, and light in the resonance in our soul, because our souls are taking flight round here, right? Yes, it's a whole paradigm shift, and so we feel this loss. Back to the grieving and the loss. We feel that. Life is not what it seems. They bombs over Baghdad over there. They bombing what they want to bomb. They have a whole propaganda Ponzi scheme going on. And for those of us who are out of the matrix, it's neither here nor there. But we're still watching friends and family around us. We're still watching humanity sometimes fall for the okey doke. And that's a grievance. And in all of this, we're looking at things that we can't be a part of anymore, right? Or things that are just not a part of us no more. And even though it's right and it's true, we still feel the loss because it's like, it gets plucked from you and you feel this void, right? What do you mean we choose our family? Oh, we choose. Yes, Crystal, it's going to be in Jamaica. So sweet. Let me know if y'all want in. Message me, email me at akilatextry@gmail.com. Don't let this opportunity pass you if it's calling for you, if it is for you, right? And also, I should let you know we're going to do a detox to detach. So for those of you who are going through this phase right now and you want guidance and help in how to depersonalize, how to detach, because as everything is falling away, we better learn how to detach. The best tool that you can have right now is the tool that helps you detach. Because if you're attached to a paradigm that is falling, you're going to fall with it, right? If you're attached to a paradigm that is crumbling, you're going to crumble with it. You're going to get caught in the chaos as it continues to ensue, right? So let me answer L real quick. What do you mean about we choose our family? We choose our family, meaning let's think of our spiritual selves, right? Do I go that far? No? Okay. Yeah, Spirit says yes. Okay. I'm going to say it. We were never born and we don't die. We are infinite existence. We are infinite spiritual beings, right? Our soul essence is infinite. Our spirit essence is infinite. It is the body that is finite. So with that said, when we come into a body, when we choose to come to this realm, when we choose to come to the school of life, right? Think of it like a school. Our spirit, look at your spirit as the counselor, if you will, right? The guidance counselor that helps you choose your courses. You choose your courses according to what you need. Your advisor when you're in college or whatever. Look at your spirit as your advisor. And so the advisor is going to help you choose your course. You with the advisor, you the soul with your advisor, the spirit, is going to choose your courses. So you're going to choose everything that you need in this soul unfolding journey that you have come here to work on and work through. You've come here to transcend something. So you choose a particular family to come through. You choose a particular bloodline for whatever multi-dimensional reasons there are, right? I can't give you the exact reasons for your particular soul's choosing, but we all choose our particular course when we come here. So as we move through here, we know our course and we recourse when we find that we're off course. So when I say we choose our family, that's what I mean. We choose the particular bloodline that we choose to come through and have certain experiences that is going to help us sharpen and transcend where we're going, right? Be safe with your travels, sister. I definitely will. It's going to be a beautiful time. And if for those who don't make this retreat this time, we'll be having another one real soon. I'll let you know. The next one is more likely going to be around July, August, but I'll let you know. All right, Grand Midnights, great conversation at first time listening. Welcome, welcome. You get a heart. Let me send some hearts your way. You get a heart. All right, let me go back to this message here. The structural component of my heart space aches when I inhale deeply. The structural component, there's something in the heart chakra that you're feeling, that you're sensing as the heart wants to expand, because there's possibly something going on where there's a contraction, right? So it's whatever it is that you're sensing, that we're feeling, there's a, the heart is contracting. So it is to take a deep breath and expand, right? Because when you inhale, you're inhaling while having this blockage, so to speak, or this contraction. There's some things there that are causing the contraction to happen. And so you want to clear some resistance. There's some resistance there, and you want to clear that so that when you can feel the expansion, right? On the exhale, see the expansion happening as you exhale. Ashe. Let me see. Sis, the evil doers never want the truth. That's right. Oh yes, because that's why they stop at me talking about hate, right? The evil doers never want, right? Yes, the general curses, like, and those of us who are generational curse breakers are karmic loop breakers as well. And this is what is happening. This is why a lot of you are being attacked in the bloodline, because you're boiling the blood. How dare you break the chains of the parasitic energy and the parasitic entanglement that has been held in your bloodline for a couple of generations? How dare you come in and break that, right? The chosen one says you have to be a bloodline, yes. To achieve or receive certain things or certain codes, it has to come through a particular bloodline. Ashe. Let me make sure I get us all. Hi from Pennsylvania. Hello. Welcome in. Mick Cynthia. Peace, love, and light. So this is a sales pitch. Chosen one said, this is a sales pitch. No, it's you take it how you leave it. I just give whatever. Take it how you receive it. I just give whatever spirit is reminding me to say. For those who may be here that want whatever it is that I have to offer, like the 5D calendars, which I spoke of earlier, to help get you off the Gregorian timeline. It's a tool. Anything I'm offering you is a tool, right? The retreat is an ancestral passage to help you tap into your bloodline, to tap into those codes in your bloodline, right? The natal charts, I do one-on-one natal charts to help you understand your nativity scene, because your natal chart is your nativity scene. So again, another way of reading your spiritual blueprint, because your natal chart is also a part of your spiritual blueprint that tells a story of why you are here, right? Incorrect if it doesn't bring purpose in life, why acknowledge it? No, you need to acknowledge it. We're here. Well, like, again, I don't like to tell people what they need to do, and we are here to acknowledge it. If we are here to transcend, we are here because this is the remembering. In order to remember, which means to reconnect and have a soul synapsis, we need to acknowledge certain things. So, yes, everything needs to be acknowledged. And we need to act like we know. Acting upon the knowledge is acting like you know. So it is part of it. The chaos is only in your life if you bring it in. A part of that is true. Part of that is true. When you pay attention to it, you allow that chaos to exist. You feed it. Chaos is all around us, right? Bottom line. Now, how we play into that chaos is on us. We don't have to play into it. We don't have to feed the chaos, which is what I'm going to explain to you all about, that preparation that I have been telling you all about, this proposal of fear that's happening all around us. We don't have to play into that, and there's some tools to help keep us on the balance, on the mastery balance, on the 4-4, which is what the 4-4 portal is here to remind us. That's why I got that message today on the 4-4 portal, right? You are all over the place. You're not making sense. Okay, well, you don't have to be here. Be chosen somewhere else. I'm speaking on whatever comes up, right? So if it's rambling to you, then maybe this is not for you. If it does not apply, let it fly. You don't have to stay here. Um, let me see what else. Do you have a YT? Oh, I don't know what YT is near. I'm lost on that one. You might have to break that down for me. Energy vibrations, high vibrations, positive energy, yin and yang. Thank you, Nash. Pulling at strings. Thank you, son. Thank you. Some people, they not quite there. And if it sounds all over the place, remember, life is a reflection of you. That's the best way I could tell you. So maybe there's some things in you that is all over the place. So when you hear this, it just sounds like it's all over the place. It's a book of, it's information. This is the way the information comes. So it's either you get it or you don't, and that's okay. So if life is reflecting to you that way, I'm simply the mirror. I'm the channel that's in the mirror. You're looking at the man in the mirror. So however it resonates with you, if it does not fit, then I can't make it fit for you. It is what it is. Right? Ashe. Of late, my identity is tested day by day, moment by moment. Ashe to that. This is the identity body. This is the solar plexus. Our solar plexus is our true identity. And yes, day by day, moment by moment, it's being tested. That is part of the transcendence. We're in this preparation season. We're in the third eye season, opening up the insight. And so things are going to be tested. We're going through trials. Some may say trials and tribulations, but we're going through the trials right now because of the test of time. Your test of faith is within the test of time as we move through the dimensions in our minds. So the thing is being vigilant and a diligent worker to what the tests are bringing up for you. Do you recognize? The tests are asking you, do you realize with your real eye? Do you recognize? Do you re-know? Because if you recognize, if you re-know something, then you can remember. Ashe. And therefore you can be a part of the remembering. Ashe, ashe. See, that's the thing. You want to work with logic. This is more intuitive, right? According to my logic, as if it's me. It's not me, it's truth. It's recognizing truth. Who chooses to come back? It's however you choose. Who chooses to come back as a butterfly is that soul that chooses to come back as a butterfly. That's your choice. That's between that soul. That's between you and your soul unfolding journey. There's a reason why you're probably coming back as a butterfly. It's not for me to say who chooses that, but the choice is there. We choose to come in the way that we choose to come. And it's according to the way you lived your previous life. Right? So I can't tell you who chooses and why it chooses. Everything can't be explained to you. See, some of us want to know every little thing and we want this empirical evidence. And if it's that, then it gotta be that. No, just simply understand that we live in a convoluted universe and you're never going to understand the fullness of it. Neither of us are going to ever understand the fullness of it. And it doesn't make sense to beat your head in trying to understand the fullness of it. Just know that it is what it is. And we're going to understand pieces of it, understand the scope, or the, what do you call it, the highlight of it. Just know that there is a return. Just know that you're an infinite soul, and as an infinite soul you come and go. Now how you come and go, who you come and go, that's dependent upon the soul's experience, and no man can know the fullness of that. Right? Yeah. You may just need to find another channel, because if what I'm saying offends you, then, you probably the one that's reporting the hate. Like, oh, she's spewing hate message. You talking about reincarnation. Yeah, and some people see it as, I mean, it is reincarnating back. You're coming back. That's the infinite existence. It's the purpose of living eternally. You go on and on and on and on, and you get to come back and go again, on and on. That's the grace of God, the great order of divinity. You get the opportunity to get it right, which you didn't get right before and before. And it depends on what type of soul you are. Some people are planetary souls, earth souls. Some people that are here are angelic hosts. Some people are here, they're interplanetary beings from other star seeds that are taking upon a particular soul adventure, that have to adhere to a particular bloodline codes. There are particular bloodline codes. So yes, you do pick your bloodline. From a spiritual standpoint, you're not going to understand this from a human standpoint. You, the human being, does not come in and say, I pick you. But as a spirit, you pick the type of experience that you want to have. And according to the principalities and the laws and all of this, there, thus, therefore, that we don't understand the fullness of, bloodline is appointed to you according to your desired outcome and the need of what is needed through your spirit. Not a preference of what you want, but what is needed through your spirit. Ashe? Thank you. Okay, okay. Bloodline picks you. Yes, thank you, Nair. You get it. You are a light being having a human experience. Exactly. And when you understand that perspective, then you understand how you come in and out of this realm, how you come and go, right? And so, however you may feel, those of us who know chosen one, I don't know which kind of chosen one you are, but clearly not one of the chosen of the chosen of the chosen few, nor the 144 ascendants, because you would know that you are a God. Ye are gods. Each and every one of us is a God, as a part of the great order of divinity, right? And depends on what you call royal blood. I don't know when he came in that. He talked about do what you got to do to sell your trip, because all of this is about selling a trip. That's what you came in and heard, and that's what you're locked in on. But that's okay. Go on about your day. Have a beautiful 4-4 portal and whatever rocks your way. Clearly that portal, you gonna miss that energetic hotspot, but it's not for me to tell it. It is what it is. Detach completely from the 3D matrix. Exactly. Right? Which reminds me, don't forget the detox, the detach. For those of you who are interested in that, we're going to be tapping in on that tomorrow. I'm going to do a Zoom for those who want to tap into the Zoom. And I may share it with the live. I may. Depends on how spirit guides me. But for the most part, I usually tap in with the live. I mean, I usually tap in through the Zoom and share that. Right? Thank you, Fairy. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I don't even know why I'm wasting my space energy, my life force energy. Let me just cut that right there. I'm not even finna put my life force energy into a dead limb. It makes no sense. Right? That's a lesson for all of us right there. We have to stop putting our life force energy into a dead limb. I'm not even gonna go back and forth with something that has no life force energy, has nothing but resistance, and there's no flow of light and life that can flow through that. So why waste time? Cut it. Cut it. You need to cut it. Right? Of late, let me see what else we got. I am humbled knowing I have a parasite. Ooh, that's a big one. To be aware and know that you have a parasitic entity that is there existing, and that happens in the bloodline. We have parasitic entanglements. We have parasitic energy that wants to tap in through our wounds wherever there are unhealed wounds. And this is what you are speaking of, and it is humility. It takes great humility to even be aware that you are carrying a parasite. And I'm not just talking about parasites in the body. I'm talking about an energetic parasite, which is where it starts. Energetic parasites that attach to your mind, to your soul, your entire soul, which is the mind, right? I'm not talking about the brain mind, the mechanics of the mind. I'm talking about your soul essence of the mind. And so the parasitic energy attaches itself, right? Mm-hmm. Oh God, dead limbs are funny. This why you gotta have humor, y'all. Y'all gotta have humor. I'm gonna show y'all. I could show you better than I could tell you. I'm gonna show y'all by example. You gotta have humor. We gotta laugh. This is a perfect example of how the chaos pop-ups. This is what I call pop-up stuff, right? And we got to be able to laugh. This is a key to the solar plexus because they like to come after you. They like to attack your identity body. And we got to be able to just laugh at it, make it laughable. Let it be neither here nor there because it's desperate energies doing desperate things to get a rise out of you, to attach itself to you, even to waste your time, space, energy, to draw on your life force energy, even if it's just to waste time, right? And so we got to be able to just laugh at it. When you see things, just laugh at it. Anybody here in the comments or whatever, I wouldn't even, don't even say nothing to them no more. Let them have it. This is where we got to laugh. You know what I want y'all to do? Drop some laugh emojis, please, for me. All of you right here, let's do this consciously. Let's make a collective conscious move together because there's power in divine synergy in the collective energy. So right now, consciously, all of us right here, I want you to drop in the chat some laugh emojis. Just the laugh ones. It could be the one laughing hard, crying with the turned face, whichever way. And right now, as we do it, I want us to make the decision right now to cut that dead limb. We're not going to send our energy that way anymore. It's laughable. It's funny. Ain't it funny? Ain't it funny how entities, right? I'm also showing you, I'm going to exemplify to you right now how you depersonalize. It's not even personally that person. It is the entity that is behind it, that is utilizing the person. The person allows themselves to become a tool. Forgive them for they know not what they do. Because why? They are simply a tool. And you have to laugh sometimes at how people have allowed themselves to become a tool. Send your laugh emojis, and as you do it, it's not in a condescending way that you're looking down either. I want us to do this in a place of the love frequency, where we, in our higher wisdom, know that that's where they are, and we accept them to be where they are. And it's funny. Find the funny. It's kind of like when you're looking at a baby who got their clothes on backwards. It's like, you don't beat up the baby. You don't argue with the baby. You just, oh, how cute. You got your pants on backwards. It's cute. You laugh at it. Just know that they'll get better. One day you're going to grow and you're going to get better and you're going to fix your clothes and it's going to fit you. Or you're going to put it on the right way. You're going to put your raiments on in the right way. So for all of us here in the chat, if you can, oh man, I missed all of that. There was so much I missed right now because I was just like, whatever, right? So, but right now I want us to put those laugh emojis if you can, and just laugh at it. And I'm sharing that with you so you can see we come into this life, yep, because we need experience for sure. Yes, Cynthia. So you all can see how we laugh at things. Thank you for the laugh emojis. Let me see who, if y'all, I got it. Dang, I missed all of that. I missed all of that. Keep rocking, goddess, you rock. Thank you, Demetrius. I didn't even see that. Welcome in, peace, love, and light. Thank you for the follow. All of those who followed in, I didn't even see, because you see how that took a piece of, it was a bit of distraction. And I missed all of that. There go my laugh emojis. Thank you, Deborah, Davina, Cynthia, Jimmy, Nair, Lotus, Clay. Deborah put all the laughies in there. Ice water green. Thank you. All of y'all dropped them in there. Jawan. That's what I'm talking about. Most High, Nair. And now this is how you alchemize. Mind you, I'm an energy alchemist, right? And see, it has to fall away. It cannot exist. It can't stay. This is how we rise above it. As an energy alchemist, this is what I'm exemplifying with you right now. Once we feel something pulling on us like that, and you know it's a dead limb, y'all see it. Y'all see him right here, just constantly going back at it. Constantly. It's like, hey, you know what? What am I doing? Why am I even wasting my breath? My breath of life, which is the Sakem, Sahu, to my Kemetic inclined ones. The Sa is the breath of life. The Sakem is the life force energy animatedly moving through us. And the Sahu is the risen breath, or the risen spirit. The Sa is the spirit breath of life. And the Sahu is its risen breath. So the Sa, why even waste my Sa? This is how we got to catch ourselves. When y'all hear people challenging y'all, this is how things are right now. And depersonalize. It's not that person. It is the entity that is pulling the strings, because they have allowed themselves to be an available vessel because of the levels of their wounds. Ashe? Ooh, look at all my laugh emojis. Yes, cut that mess. Thank you. Y'all see? Oh, no, we didn't. We got all, y'all gave more than I thought. Thank you. Purple hearts up in here. Ashe, Ashe. I love collective. Thank you, Spirit. That is called collective energy. The divine synergy has made its proclamation. This is what we're going to do to alchemize, y'all. And this is very helpful for the solar plexus, which is our identity body. So as it's getting attacked, we laugh. We laugh in a place of peace. We laugh through the love frequency, to not look down, but to look up and laugh, knowing that to whom much is given, much is required. And O ye of little faith, ye who know not themselves. And if they don't, then forgive them, for they know not what they do. Don't waste the time. We got bigger and better things to do, and desperate energies are doing desperate things to distract, to destroy, distract, right? All of the D's that you can think about, to discombobulate you. And it will have to fall away. It cannot stay. I guarantee you. Any of you that may be going through this, and there go my moonlight coming back, it cannot stay. So I just exemplified that with you right now, Ashe. And this is what we're going to do in the detox program, in the Detox to Detach workshop. It's going to help us detoxify some of these things that have been coming up for us. Detoxify not just foods, but we're going to utilize foods. We're going to do it through foods for about a week, for at least 7 days, but everybody can work at their own pace, right? And so, 303, thank you. That's point of neutrality within the creative completion. Thank you. That's where we're at. Point of neutrality within the creative completion. And so we're going to be doing, detoxifying foods, a natural detox. But in doing so, we're going to be looking at the cravings as they come up, because cravings is the body's way of expressing and telling you there's something that we're neglecting, right? In our emotions. The emotions are the energy in motion. And so the soul, the mind, is not getting fed what it needs to get fed. And so it drops in the body, and the body begins to crave something. So also we watch this in the detox. Believe me, it has helped many that took it with us. It was like 100% turnover in everyone who did this with us last year. Right? So you believe me, you'll be looking at things differently. For those of you who want help in being diligent, in being self-disciplined, in being vigilant workers in the soul, so that you can quicken yourself and recognize something, this is one of the ways. Because when you get a craving, instead of looking at your body, you're going to look at your mind, right? Instead of appropriating through the body, you're going to appropriate through the spirit, through the mind, through the soul. You're going to address the spirit, right? This is what you call spirit over flesh. So you're going to see as the craving comes up, and we talk about it in the Detox to Detach workshop. So I'll break all of that down for you, there. And if spirit guides me to, I'll open it up here. I'll open up the live to it tomorrow for those who don't, get to get to me in time to get in the Zoom meeting. But we talk about what emotions are, what they mean when you crave something like this. What does that mean? Right? When you crave sweets, that means depression because you're suppressing anger. Like, we go over things like that, right? I wonder if it's because they're comfort foods. Yes, some foods are comfort foods, like carbs. And this is why we take ourselves off of carbs. Carbs are comfort foods. You seek comfort because something is hurting you. So then you have to ask yourself, well, damn, what's hurting me? Because a lot of times these things are happening unconsciously, subconsciously, and we're not aware of it. We're not paying attention to it. So it drops in the body, and the body has a craving. The body produces a craving, right? So this is what we're going to talk about in that. So if you feel this is for you, if you want help in seeing what these cravings are and help and guidance into really reading your own emotions that are guiding you to what's going on in your consciousness, then that's something you're going to want to tap into. Trust and believe. I crave sodium a lot. Salt is like salty, like you salty about something. What's irritating you that got you so salty, right? So there's something that is brewing right now in your life, world, and affairs that you've had enough of, or it's just there's you have to kind of look to see why you are salty about a particular thing, right? Thank you, sis. Definitely resonates. I'm craving for sweets and more than ever before in my life. Yep. Now, so, and that's what those sweets are. It's depression. It doesn't mean you're clinically depressed. It just means some way, somehow you are suppressing and repressing your anger. You're not allowing yourself to express your anger. And I don't mean turn into Incredible Hulk, but you're not allowing yourself to even acknowledge that you're angry about something. So you suppress it, and then it turns into depression, right? Listen to your body whisper before it screams. Exactly. That's what it is. So when we do this workshop, you train yourself. We train ourselves to listen more to our body as it's whispering before it has to scream out, where we're listening more to the mind through the body. The body's craving is pointing to something in the mind. So we're following that arrow and saying, oh, this is what it is. And that's how you're going to quicken yourself. Ashe. So with that, there's a lot going on. Like we said, there's a lot. Thank you for all of y'all input. And yes. Let me see. Swells your physical and mind health. Is that swells your am I reading that right? Did I read that right, Deborah? Swells your physical and mind health. Let me know if I'm getting that right. I feel like I'm missing something, or I don't know if there was a typo or something. That little girl is screaming out to me. Have to visit my child life trauma again. Yes, inner child work is good. It helps us to look at what's really going on. And we do that when I do the full moon workshops. The next one is in June. I usually put in the group inner childhood work. So there's these inner childhood guidance through each chakra, all 7 chakras. So you can visit your inner 1-year-old, 2-year-old, 3-year-old, for all the way up to 7. Because it focuses on your foundational years. Your first 7 years are your root chakra years. That first 7, that first cycle is your root chakra years. So we call it the foundational years. Ashe? So with that, because I do want to give y'all the information about today so we can look at what's been popping up in all this chaos, right? So the last little bit on the 4-4 though, talking about the 4 corners, saying is that activating the 4 corners is respecting the foundational balance to build a strong temple that supports a functional system, right? Whatever system that we're in and attached to, you want to build a strong temple. That's you're the temple, right? So activating the 4 corners, which is what we're doing right now, is respecting the foundational balance, right? And the 44 master balance is the mastery of this foundational balance that recognizes the filtering of this multidimensional 4-corner complex throughout all systems within the scope of the rising temples that seek to ascend through the principles of life. So what am I saying? That this 44 mastery, this 44 master balance is really the mastery, you being the mastery of this foundational balance, which is now recognizing and re-knowing, right? Recognizing this whole filtering mechanism, this filtering that is filtering out the multidimensional, you know, four corner complex, the four elements, all of this, it's filtering it out somehow, right? Through all systems, everything that we're seeing, layered and levels of it, within the scope of the rising temples. That's you and I who are doing the work, that are raising our vibrations, rising temples, those that seek to ascend through the principles of life, because these foundational core aspects are principles of life. The four seasons, principles of life. The four elements, principles of life. So this is what this mastery is bringing us to, right? Let me see what some of you were saying that I might have missed. Okay, stuff, food stuff. Yes, carbs, salt, bad food swells your joints. Thank you, Deborah. Yes. And this is just what it does to your body physically. But mind you, everything that I'm doing, that I'm going to be speaking to you all about, is sharing to you what is happening consciously, right? So not just physically what it's doing to us, but that's another part of it. I'm getting us to pay attention to that interwiring, the translations and the mistranslations in the mind, between the mind and the body, where sometimes we misfire, right, by not reading the mind. So it's really helping us to tap into the mind to see what's happening and recognize that these cravings in the body is pointing to something in the mind. So I want us to see, when we're craving something, what is it saying in the mind, through the mind, to the mind, right? That is being pressed out in the body. Ashe, ashe. Your house is your castle. That's right. No toxic, folks. Let me see. Mental chemicals. FS, mental chemicals. Okay, what's FS? Deborah, let me know. Mind, body, soul. Mind, body, or as I like to say, spirit, soul, body. Because really the mind and the soul is the same thing. I know we have a habit. I always said it too. I'd be like, mind, body, soul. And then I had to catch myself. Wait a minute. The mind and the soul is the same thing. It's synonymous. Because a soul is the entire mind. The soul is your consciousness, your soul's consciousness, which is the entire mind, superconscious, conscious, and subconscious. So knowing that the mind and the soul is the same is why the threefold being is really spirit, soul, body. Ashe? Will you tap into the elements? Yes, yes. What do you want me to tap into? What is it? Welcome in, Lotus. Thank you. What do you want me to share with you about the elements? Anything in particular? Because I could go, I mean, y'all hear how I'm sharing stuff with you. I can go wide range, you know. So what is it particularly that you would like to hear about the elements? Anything in particular? Buster Bunny, hi, welcome in. For sure. Oh, FS is for sure, for sure. Oops, see? Learn something new every day. Here go another shorthand writing. For sure, for sure. Yes, Deborah, spirit. The threefold, that's the threefold is spirit, soul, body. It is a threefold being, right? Not that there's nothing wrong with mind, what did you say? Mind, body, and soul. Like, you know, that's a common phrase that we say. It's just that when you recognize that the mind and the soul is the same thing, then you realize, right? Or you remember, oh snap, I'm spirit, soul, body. We are spirit. We can't move without the breath of life, and the breath of life is spirit. We need that essence to animate us through our soul, right? So that the body can move. It's telling me I wanna be listened to. Oh wait, I am the listener. Thank you for catching that. Thank you. You are the listener. That part. Thank you, sister. Start wherever. Okay, coconuts dropping on the ground. Can I get a one-on-one with you? Of course, Ramitrius. Just message me or email me at akilatextry@gmail.com, and then we can set up an appointment. We can do a one-on-one. Definitely. I'm available for one-on-ones. As I said, I can do a natal reading, or if you just want to simply go through a particular thing in your spirit, in your soul, if you want to talk about something that you want to alchemize, your energy centers. Is there something that you want to know? Helping you even through the shifts that we're having, right? Into the fifth dimension, because I'm also a 5D pioneer. So anything that you want to get into, you just let me know what it is, and then we'll set up an appointment for that. Ashe, how do you deal with fear? Oh, you transmute it. We transmute it. That's what I do with the full moon every time. It's a full moon transmutation, and what we're doing is we're transmuting anything that has been in the root chakra. The number one block of the root is fear. That's what keeps us all, messed up in some things when we is fear. So how we deal with it is we transmute it to love, because love is the opposite of fear. Fear and love cannot exist in the same space. So when you transmute the fear, then you activate the love frequency. You use love, or I should say you utilize love. You implement love, and that will help you transcend the fear. You're not fighting the fear, you dissolve the fear. It dissolves in the love frequency. So that's how I deal with fear. Ashe? Ashe. Can't wait to see you, Ramitrius. Can't wait to meet with you. Right? Chakras are in levels. Yes. Oh, it's a question. Yes. Are chakras in levels? Chakras are in levels. Yes. I move through those levels. Whenever we do a full moon workshop, like I said, the next one, we just did one in March. The next one is in June. We start from the root chakra, from the root going on up. The root is the basic. It's the foundation. It is the base of the pyramid. That's why I call it a pyramid transmutation, because we are the pyramids. We are the rising pyramids, the rising temples. So we have to start at the base, and that's the root. And then the sacral. The root is the physical body, the lowest, chakra, not because it's bad, but because it's just not one of the higher spiritual ones. You start at the root, you go into the sacral, which is the emotional body. Then you go into the solar plexus, it's the identity body or the mental body. And then you go into the heart, which is the highest of the lower chakras. And that is the energetic body, also known as the spiritual body. It's the bridge between the lower chakras and the upper chakras. And then you go into the throat, which is the atmospheric body. And then we go into the third eye, which is the transcendent body, right? And then you go into the crown, which is the cosmic body, your gateway into the cosmos. So when we're coming from the very human standpoint, we go from the root coming up, and we're transmuting the fears. And by the time we get to the heart, we get to love, and we transcend it in love. And then ascend it through our upper chakras, bringing it through the atmospheric body, which is expression, everything in expression in time, right? How do the elements govern, or do they? I would say more guide than govern, but yes, there's a government, there's a governing to the elements as well. First of all, the elements is a part of 2D consciousness, which is the earth, the trees, the plants, stones, all of that. Those are elements. The elements are guiding us in particular aspects. The elements guides us just like the 4 seasons guides us through time, if that makes sense. And the elements, meaning fire, we get fire codes, we get water codes, we get wind codes, we get what's the other one, earth codes. And so these elements speak to us in many different ways, as like for instance with the earth, there's grounding, and the earth has codes that come through it. The earth is electromagnetic, so we, as an electromagnetic charge, we share information through these earth codes. Things that are rooted deep in the earth come up through the earth, and they interact with us in a particular way. And then there's the water. The water has its own water codes, and then there's qualities of each one of these elements. And the waters keep the memories going. The waters is how memories are, you know, flowed through, right? Water is also representing the energies in motion, the flow of energies in motion, the emotional body. That's why the sacral's element is water, right? And then these what's the next one? Fire, which is the element of the solar plexus. The fire is the ignition. It's the ignition. How do I say it? Initiator. It ignites. It lights the pathway. It purifies, right? And water is a purifying source as well. It purifies. And so the water, the fire is usually an element that is used, that is leading the way, right? These elements also align with the directions, north, south, east, and west, right? North is usually fire, because fire sends you in the path of where you should go, northbound. Where's your north trajectory is where you should go. It's the future, right? It lights the path. And then the wind is more like information, right? And the wind usually goes along with the east. Look to the east, because east metaphysically means going within. So look to the east to go within. The wind is usually that information that brings you within, right? And the waters, I didn't do the water in direction. The direction for the water is west. West. The waters flow and carry you. The waters, west usually means out. East is in, west is out. So the waters are carrying you, you know, out. And earth usually represents the south, meaning the direction of south, meaning going in, going not in, but like the earth holds all the codes that we need, right? And even our past lives. And that's why the earth is like the deep root chakra, which is like the deep root, meaning ancestors, deep ancestry, ancient ancestry, and those codes. So it kind of goes through, taking you through the past, those codes from in the past. So representing the south, right? Faithfully, that makes sense, right? Faithfully, you stuck with me on that. You get what I'm saying, right? So did that help some with the elements? Did that help in explaining some things about the elements? Let me know. Let me know, let me know, let me know. Lotus, yeah, I'm speaking since Lotus was asking about the elements. Let me know, Lotus, if that helped answered anything about the elements. I love the elements. The best place you can go to connect with the elements is the beach. What? You got everything right there at the beach. You got earth in the sand. You got the water in the ocean. You got fire from the sun, and you got the wind, the wind that's blowing all around you, right? Or it could be at a lake. You'll have all of the elements at a lake. One of the best places you can go naturally, right? Deborah says 6 chakras. No, we have it's 7 chakras within the body. 9 chakras if you include the soul star above you and the earth star beneath you. That's 9. And really, we got like 114 chakras all over our body. But in just talking about the main core, the what I call the core that goes through, you know, your core channel, 9, 7 to 9. And there's a planet that goes with each one. So I like to say 9 because when I utilize the full 9, then I'm also looking at the connection to the planets. Yes, the planets interact or pertain to a particular chakra. Right? So I have an understanding that many of us do not know why we are here. Will you talk about that in the detox? Yes. In the detox, we can talk more and explore more about that. Thank you for asking. Yeah, many of us don't know why we're here, and this is why we have to question it. You know, we have to ask. Go deep within yourself and ask, why am I here? What is my purpose? But you have to have a true interest in really wanting to know, and not just for surface level reasons, but to really tap into your higher self and really, really want to know why. Why am I here? What is my purpose? What is the remembering that I need to be about? Earth, wind, and fire. That's right. I love me some earth, wind, and fire. Even though it's just a little bit before my time, just slightly, right? Light worker and healer, yes, we're welcome. Thank you. More than I expected. Okay, great, Lotus. I'm glad you could get something out of it. I probably got to talk more about the elements more often. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Buster Bunny. We're welcome. Walk barefoot. Yes, always walk barefoot because you charge with the planet. You charge your electromagnetic beings. And when we walk, think of it like you're having a conversation with the planet. Every step, you're having a conversation with the planet. Boom, boom. We're having a conversation. Thank you, Music Misfit. Welcome, welcome back. So every conversation, every step that you step barefoot is that conversation. Electromagnetic beings that we are. Please remember it. This is why they say, Spirit was bringing me something while I was saying that. This is why I say, you know, when they say the earth is, you know, we're overpopulated, it can never be that. When you know that you are conduits of the light, each and every one of us are conduits of the light. And the more, it is our existence that allows the light to speed up. Let me tell y'all, we affect this planet more than you know. Right? We are connected to this planet more than you know. The earth is the reason why it can even speed up to the 5th dimension is because of how many more people are here. And not only just people, but the more of us that are awakening and on higher frequencies, we have clearer channels, less resistance in our wires, right? Any electrician knows this. When you want to clear a wire, you have to remove the resistance so that the wire can fire. And that's what it's like. Those of us that have less resistance, the light is moving through us more effortlessly. And so those light codes that are coming from the ethers are coming into the planet at alarming rates. And it is because of our existence. And so the more of us that exist on the planet, think of it as more wires, more channels of light, more channels for the massive amounts of infinite information to flow through into the planet to help the planet, you know, ascend. The planet in itself is a soul. It's a body. It's an atom in the universe, right? So the more of us that walk on the face of this earth, there's no such, don't let them fool you. There is no such thing as overly populated. Let them stick that in their pipe. The more of us that is here is the more that we amplify the light. And see, this is what that parasitic energy don't want us to know. It wants us to believe that we're in danger of overpopulating the earth. It can never be that. Because they want to slow down the population. They want us to be on board with depopulating and things like that. No, it's never that. The more the merrier. That's what the earth is saying. The more the merrier, especially if they're healed souls, especially if they're doing their soul work and they're clear conduits of light. We need more of that. The more we bring through more light bodies, more children of the light, through those of us who are generational curse breakers and doing the soul work, because the descendants that birth through us or that come through us directly are going to be more infused with the light they're going to be more charged with the light that we have in the way that we have it, right? So it's never too much, never too much, never too much. I forgot the song that's like, I'm trying to remember the song that goes like that, but there's a song, there's something that says never too much, right? Soul Star immediately made me think of the diamond from Sims. Oh, that thing that be over them. You right, Rose. I forgot about Sims. Yeah, there's a little thing that be over them. That's like the Soul Star. And that's the soul star is where we remember our divine plan. Our divine plan and our soul's purpose. So you got to tap into that soul star. This is the gateway right here to the ethers, to the cosmos that is outside of the body. This is your gateway in the body. This is your gateway that is outside the body, that is filtering everything through the universe. This is your sun that is bringing codes through. This is your server, just like the sun is our server, serving up light codes from the galactic center. The solar system is the sun, is the center of that. And so our soul star is the center of us getting this information. Ashe, right? I don't think there's a reason we're here. I think we create meaning. You know what? I feel like that could be one and the same. We create the meaning, and that's the reason, right? There's that reason. It's really just a part of the remembering, and as we're moving along, we are activating the remembering, which means we're finding or creating the meaning. Ashe, I like that. Thank you. Appreciate you. Yes, you too, Light. Thank you. Ashe, Ashe. Yep. Let me make sure I didn't miss anybody in tune with ourselves. Yes. Hey, Kate, you found us here. Hey, sister. Welcome, love, and light. There was something I wanted to tell you about, Kate, because I know you in the local area. You came across my mind. Let me see. You're in the local area. We're having something. There's an event. And I can probably message it to you or message me in case I don't get it to you. There is an event on April 12th. They're going to have acupuncture. I'm going to be doing Reiki, and someone there is going to be doing the sacred medicine or indigenous medicine. So it's really that high vibrational type of setting. So if you're up for it and you're about it, I could send you the information. It's in our local Florida area. It's in our Tri-County area, so it's not too far from you. If you're still like in the Miramar area like myself, it's about 20 minutes south of us in Miramar. It's in Miami, about 20 minutes south of us, so I could share that information with you. And yeah, you came to mind when I thought of it. I was like, ooh, I should let Kate know when she come online. So good to see you, and faithfully you can make it. All right. I was just saying this. Oh, okay. Highs. What does it say? High of the high, highest of the high. Okay, welcome in. Thank you for sharing the live. This is what I'm here for. What's the purpose of them removing souls using war? Thank you for the heart meet. What do you mean by that? What is the purpose of them removing souls? Removing souls using the war. Do you mean by people who literally like die in the war and they're going to be like not here anymore, like, or and who's the them? Is it the elites that you're talking about? Because they have their agenda, you know, and the elites are being used by the entities behind them. Let's not forget that. And they want to remove more souls because of what I just mentioned. Like, they want less people here. That's why they're for depopulation, because they know those parasitic energies, that opposition energy, they know that all of us light bodies that's being conduits of light are allowing a lot of light to come through into the planet, which means it's accelerating the pace of the planet. And they don't want that. They want to slow it down. They want to stop it. That's why they have in the Looking Glass and CERN and all this stuff. They're doing everything they can to stop it, but they can't. So, and it's funny because they know they can't. So as I said, desperate energies do desperate things. So what they're doing is they're trying to slow down the process. They know they can't stop it. So they're just desperate to delay it, to buy themselves some time. You know, faithfully, I was able to answer that. I don't know in which way you meant, but that's just what I'm getting, that they're removing souls. They're utilizing things like the war to just like, you know, take out people, to get a chunk of people, you know, gone. Right? Someone was saying we're going to run out of fertilizer. Maybe. And you know what? Thank you for bringing that up, because that brings me to the next point of what I was getting today. And I said I wanted to get to that about meditation, about what I was meditating on. And I'm going to share that with you, because there's a lot of things coming up that's proposing fear, right? Because they want to instill fear by any means necessary. And even in those of us who are becoming aware, awake, awoke, all of that, consciously aware, spiritual leaders, even amongst us, they want to tamper with our light. They want to lower the vibrations, right? Yes, we got to be teaching our babies, which is what I do. Everything I'm telling y'all, I teach my little ones in our 5D school, right? Because I homeschool them. But yes, they want to propose fear to us. They want to bring that down, right? Oh, let me see it. Did I miss something here? And the earth will get rid of those of us that are parasitic when the time comes. Ashe, that's what's happening now. They turning over, like it's getting rid of its parasites automatically as the earth, as the world turns, as the earth turns. She's getting rid of her parasites, which are those who are stuck in the shadows of 3D that cannot ascend into the fourth and fifth dimension. Those now will become parasites. They are they are riddled with parasites, and they won't be able to transcend into the fifth dimension. So, yeah, the earth is automatically getting rid of them, and they won't be able to reincarnate back. If you have not ascended to a fourth dimension or a fifth dimensional soul, at least a fourth dimension, you will not be able to like reincarnate or come back into this inhibited world. You would have to be another world. So you won't have the opportunity of the parasitic entanglement attaching itself to you, because you're stuck at a shadow, a 3D shadow, level, and you have a 3D processor. It's not compatible with the fifth dimension. The fifth density light is too much for those who are stuck at the third dimensional level, and that's what's happening. Fifth density light is what's pouring into the planet, and a 3D processor cannot handle the fifth density light. So we have to begin the ascension process. We have to continue to be in ascending, right? Let me see what else you said. You could have a soul contract that stipulates that when you get here, based on your free will, you will create meaning. Thank you. That's in regards to what she was saying about creating meaning. So yes, you have, and that's a purpose. That's having a reason. That purpose is the reason for you being here, still to create a meaning. Ashe. Oh, Luther Vandross, thank you. You were reminding me of, and I can't even remember the song now, but the song that I was trying to, say. Uh-oh. I done lost something. Access removed. Oh, they done removed me. Live access status. Your access to go live across all channels, including multi-guests, will be restored on 4/8. Gossiping. Oh, gossiping is a deflection. Stream on live. Live details. Okay. Live access removed. Next. I don't know what just happened here. Congratulations. Da 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 da. 400 something views. Yeah, they done took me off. They took me off the live. Let me see if it's really true. Let's see what happened. That's why I tell y'all. Let me see something here. It says my live access was removed. So let me see what happens here if I press it. Live access suspended. You can go live and join a live as a guest starting from April. Okay, so they canceled me, right? So anyhow, on that platform. They canceled me, y'all. They just canceled me. And it was about like 40 something people in there. Not like here. So anyhow, I guess that message was just not gonna come through. So I probably just have to do a video about that, which I shared it anyway. Anywho, so the meditation, let me stick to what the meditation was saying. So there's a preparation season that we're in, right? There's this high sensory preparation, and we're to use wisdom over fear, right? Or wisdom over war, right? Study war no more. There's a preparation season or time that's being experienced right now. The spiritual and the spiritually mature will be wise, so fret not thyself. And this happened today. I was meditating on it, like a stream of doomsday stuff, doomsday facts that had been coming up, like somebody had just mentioned here. It was, they're saying there's not going to be any more fertilizer and things like that. As I had turned on to Instagram, I hadn't been there in a while. So as I turned into Instagram, it was like watching the news. And y'all know I don't watch the news. It was like watching the news um, with like facts of all about preparation and truths about what's happening. Facts and truths about what's happening. That's what I was seeing, like in the stream. As soon as I got on Instagram, here's this stream. Here's all these facts about things that's happening, and they are truths. It's things that people like us highlight and talk about, like, oh, the chemtrails in the sky and all these truths and what the Rockefellers have been speaking on. People have been playing a lot of that. I've been seeing a lot of people reading that Rockefeller, what do you call it, like a oath that they say we solemnly swear to keep the minds of people weak, to continuously poison them, things like that, right? Ooh, 343. Foundational balance within the creative completion. And then 344 is a creative completion that is followed by master balance. But yeah, all these things that they've been talking about, stock your food, store up your food. They're talking about the vaccinations, the vanillas, all of this stuff. And most of it, I'm looking at it and I'm like, really? Like, I've been talking about this since like 2020, 2021, when this stuff was rolling out. And it's like now people are like, check the mRNA and like the vanillas. If you got it, they're going to be taking control over your mind. They're going to this and all of these things that they're saying. And these are truths. These are things that are happening. The nanobots that are in there, all of this stuff. It's true. But I want to pay attention to what's happening with that, right? Because we have to be wise and not allow this to pull us into a type of vortex. I had to go meditate on it because as soon as I got it, I had to stop and be like, okay, I get it. There's a message being passed down here. Like my guides are showing me in my whole streamline, back to back, I'm getting these type of videos. So the message was clear that there's a high sensory in everybody to prepare. We're being called to prepare. There's even a preparation amongst the really wealthy people where they're closing out particular assets because they realize what's coming. And there's something that is brewing to the point where one guy was saying that the rich person was telling him that he needs to put down. He said, I can't tell you what to do with your life, but you need to be prepared for at least 6 months because of the way that things are going, right? And a lot of us see what's happening and we see the potential of what can happen. But what I want to appeal to us and say is that we need to stay on the wisdom spectrum. Wisdom over fear, because it wants to propose fear even through this awareness and this knowledge, right? Because when we stay wise, this is and this is what, how do I say this? Why am I saying it like this? Before I go any further into reading what this is, the people that are, 4-4, the people that are seeing this those of us who are seeing this, and yes, it's going to be true information, but what I'm seeing is that they're appealing through us to us and proposing fear in another slick way, because they already fear mongering everybody else, and they know that the awakened ones are looking at things like this, so they're allowing all of this streaming to be, all of this to be playing, so that we get pulled into this in a different type of way, right? Maybe not like the rest of the world in the old paradigm or the 3D shadows. We're not like fear mongered by that. But when they bring us these truths, it still pulls us into a place of, well, I better get prepared. And it's nothing wrong with being prepared, but it plays on doing it out of a place of fear. Why? Because you're doing it to survive, right? You're doing it out of, we're doing it out of a concern of survival, of saying, well, you better get this together because we're not going to have that, and we're not going to have that. And it's kind of bringing this little sense of fear within the spiritual community. Don't be fooled by it, right? You might be saying, oh no, we ahead of it. They gonna talk to us in a different way. So those who are not really paying attention, they're going to say, yeah, we know this. Oh, I knew this was going to happen. I knew that was going to happen. Let me stock up. Let me do this. But we're doing it in a fearful way. What I want to propose to us, while they're proposing fear, I want to propose love and wisdom. And this is what this 4-4, like it couldn't have come at a better time. This 4-4 portal that is bringing us stability is allowing us to see how we can be stable and how we can sustain these codes and stay in a place of wisdom. First of all, by changing our mind state, our minds about it, right? And in that wisdom, this is what was brought to, help guide us through it. The wise will be able to withstand the chaos and not get pulled into the concerns of survival through lack and limitation mindset. So we can't be looking at it through a scope of, we're not going to have this, we're not going to have that. That's the lack and limitation mindset, right? Again, I'm saying there's nothing wrong with preparation, but it's how we're going about the preparation. It's through the means in which we are. And believe me, it does matter, because it's going to vibrate on the vibratory field in a particular way. And it's going to still be fueled by fear. We don't want it to be fueled by fear. Right? So the wise people will be able to withstand this chaos. You're not going to allow yourselves to be pulled through concerns of survival. So do not concern yourself with survival, is what I was getting from that. Right? Another note was that in true abundance, because the opposite of a lack and limitation mindset is the mind state of abundance, living in the mind state of abundance. And I don't mean prosperously, physically rich. It means an abundant mind state, right? And so in true abundance, know what you have. These two key things was what really was being emphasized as I meditated on this. It was coming through in this way. Right? In true abundance, know what you have. In true value, know what you can do without. And that's the key thing right there. That's the key. Know what you can do without. Because why? When they start taking things, when we can't have access to certain things, we have to know what we can do without. And that's true value. So in this process, we want to be reevaluating how we see particular material things and start to look at what you can do without, right? Realistically, right? Not ideally, like, oh, I can do it. No, realistically look at, well, if they take this, can I do without this? And how can I do without it? Start to look at how and what you can do without. And so this is really, really important, because what I'm sensing is this has a lot to do with Uranus, in where Uranus is, because when we think of abundance, and abundance is in the earth, and Uranus is in Taurus. Taurus has a lot to do with materials, right? So where do you see that abundance? How do you see abundance? That's why I'm saying in true abundance, know what you have, meaning you have the bounty of the earth. The earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof, so it belongs to you too. Everything in the earth belongs to you and you have access to it, but you have to know it. I mean, know that you know that you know. Know what you have. Regardless of what you can see with your two eyes, know what you have access to. And the earth will provide for you if you understand this access. If you understand the energy, essence of everything, and that what you put out is what you will get back. What you give is what will be received. And when you understand the law of giving and receiving, you know what you already have because you know what you give. So you'll know what you be having, so you'll know how to behave. Ashe? So in true abundance, you know all that is there. So know what you have. And so that Taurus, that Uranus in Taurus, Uranus is that Oya energy. Uranus is that radical change. So change your perspectives to know your abundance. This is these two rules. You know how they say, this is what I'm getting with it. You know how they said when they asked Jesus, what are the most important rules or whatever it is, and all he did was give them two. Love God with all your heart and love your neighbor as you love yourself. There's a reason for that, because once you have those two, everything else will fall into place. Right? Because if you love God with all your heart, that means you're going to do as God does. You're going to respect the spiritual laws of God, and it won't steer you wrong. If you love your neighbor as you love yourself, then you will do no wrong to any other person as you will not do any wrong to yourself. It's very simple. You don't need all them other thou shalt not, thou shalt not, thou shalt not, thou shalt not. You don't need any of that. You just need to love God as you love yourself. Love your neighbor as you love yourself, and love God with all your heart. Posture your heart on spiritual principles. It's very simple, right? And so these two rules, these two that I'm getting, reminds me of those two rules. It's saying what? In true abundance, know what you have. Because if you know what you have, you good. You won't feel the chaos. You won't feel the threat. In true value, know what you can do without. Because when things start getting taken from you, you're fine. You won't fall into culture shock. You won't be fighting over somebody in the aisle over toilet tissue. You won't be fighting over somebody in the aisle over a bag of chips. Because know what you can do without. This is why the detox, the detach is really important. So for any of you that are interested, email me or message me. Let me know. I may do the live with it. We'll see how Spirit shares it with me. But we're going to start that tomorrow to practice learning how to detach from certain things. That's what the detox, the detach is. Right? So very, very true two rules. In true abundance, know what you have. In true value, know what you can do without. Please know what you can do without. That Uranus in Taurus. Taurus is about the things that you value, the materials. So that there's been radical changes in Taurus for the past couple of years, really changing how we value things. So the things that have been happening to you, that have been hitting your finances, hitting your relationships, that wasn't to hurt your feelings. It was to help you realize a new value system. It was to help you to reevaluate your values, to change your perspective on how you value this particular person, these particular people, how you value material things, how you value your possessions here on earth. What do you consider abundance? How do you value that? And so Uranus was clarifying all of this for us, bringing radical changes to us while we have been in Taurus. And now it's about to enter into Gemini. And this is why I feel like we're in this kind of season of preparation, because there's something brewing and we sense it. There are things that are happening that is going to, as Uranus changes out of Taurus, it's going to enter into Gemini and bring radical change into into the mind and into information, into social media, into technology. Like, it's also about technology. So technology is going to move at this fast pace as it enters into Gemini. And we got to know what we can do without. And we got to know what we truly value. So it's almost like Uranus shift is kind of bringing us into this preparation, and we're all kind of sensing it, where we're like, oh my God, we better tighten up. We're not going to have this. We're not going to have that. You don't want to go into culture shock. Ashe? So that's to share that on those two rules, right? The exposure of truths, and this is to kind of double back on, or to emphasize on what I was saying earlier about the spiritual community got to be, looking carefully at how these truths are coming up for us. The exposure of truths are being used as weapons to instill fear in those who are not ready through expanded consciousness into the 5D love frequency. The heart expansion is necessary to overcome and transcend any and all defaults, meaning what we default in by the lack and limitation and the fears thereof. So the fear is the opposite of love. So remember, if you're not ready for the expanded consciousness into the love frequency, the fifth dimension, then it is going to be hard. And these are going to be weapons that are instilling fear in those who are not ready. So what is that saying to a lot of us? We got to be ready. We got to tap into that love frequency. We need the heart expansion. It is necessary to overcome and transcend any defaults that we may have, any unhealed wounds, any things that makes us look at materials in a particular way. We have to be able to reevaluate. The spiritually aware must recognize. They must recognize their levels of contraction to see where they need to expand. And what that means is just that we got to pay attention to the things that make us go, anything that we hear that make us tense up or tighten up. And we got to be really keen in paying attention to what that is. And then be honest with ourselves that, hey, I have some contraction here, right? So we can see where we need to expand. Oh, hi, Nikki. Peace, love, and light. I just saw you there. Right? So awareness is everything, and ignorance will not be bliss. Our awareness to all of this is everything, and we got to quicken ourselves to it. It is not okay to be ignorant in our ignorance. You know how they say ignorance is bliss? Ignorance will not be bliss as we go through this high sensory of preparation. When we hit a pocket where things may be taken from us or they may clamp down on us, and only those who are ready to do without certain things, who have reevaluated their values and changed their perspectives on particular ideas, person, places, and things, those are the ones who are going to be ready. So I say this so we don't get fooled by it. This exposure of truth, which is good, it is good truth, it is good information. Be careful, be mindful. Do not fall into the place where you're in concerns of survival. Fret not thyself. Do not be concerned. Don't concern yourselves with what you shall eat, right? That's said in the Bible. The divine feeds the birds of the air. They know where to get their food. The birds represent spiritual thoughts. We know where to get our food. Don't worry about if you see it disappearing off the shelves. Let it go and know that, hey, what can I do without? I'm good. In true value, I don't need that. In true abundance, I have all of this, of what it is that I need. Right? So faithfully, that was able to shed some light on that. And take a deep breath. They done cut me off of TikTok. Like, I be double vibing right here, and they just suspended me. I can't get on TikTok for like 4 days right now. And I was supposed to do something tomorrow on it. But hey, it is what it is, I'll be here. I ain't know TikTok was so sensitive, but I'll be here. on YouTube. And again, if you have any questions, you can email me. If you want to know about the detox or detach, you want to tap in, go ahead, message me. If you want to know about retreat, the retreat to Jamaica, the 5D calendar, if you want a natal chart reading, any of that, I'm here. Ashe. Thank you, DJ. It's like you're doing a great job. I appreciate it. Round of applause, round of applause. I'm doing the best I could and giving what I could give as energy shows it to me. And I'm feeling it right now. So I'm knowing my throat chakra is like, okay, rest. Enough is enough. Faithfully, you got what you needed to get out of it. Y'all know y'all can always come back and rewatch what you need to rewatch. If you need to reach me, it's at akilatextri@gmail.com. AKILAHTEXTRI@gmail.com. And let's build this community, y'all. Let's grow together and build the community, because it's time. The light colonies are coming online. Soul families, we are going through this phase in time. It's time for us to come together and have some kind of commitment. So if you're ready for it, reach out to me. Let's come together as a community as we commune in unity. Ashe. So enjoy the rest of your 4/4 portal. Is still portaling, even though this may be the next day for a lot of you. It's still portaling as we portal through. All right. So peace, love, and light. Ashe, ashe.